Plaintiff Michael Velasquez says the defendant is a stepson, and he has had numerous run-ins with the law. Michael claims the defendant's lifestyle even led to a drug raid at his grandmother's house, during which the police put a gun to his grandmother's head. Michael's suing for a loan and a damaged couch. Defendant Anthony Carrasco says he never had a father figure until Michael came into his life, and he has always respected him. Anthony claims after Michael caught him smoking pot in the house, the relationship changed, and he believes Michael should sue his friends for the damaged couch.
Start with you.
Your Honor, Anthony is a wonderful kid, outstanding individual, but I feel like he's gonna fall victim to the streets. You know, I met him at 15 years old in El Paso, Texas. I was stationed, I was a sergeant in the military. His mother was working on base. At that time, we decided to start a relationship, me and his mom, and we moved to Killeen, Texas. When in Killeen, Texas, when we got there, you know, we was living on base, and I walk in the house one day, and I just smelled marijuana everywhere. I mean, everywhere. It smelled like the grass was on fire.
How old was he?
He was around 16, 17 years old. Not only that, 2 months later, he stole my car twice. The first time, you know, I told him, you know, you got to learn from this. You can get in trouble. You can, you know, you don't have a license, insurance. You kill somebody, be in jail for the rest of your life. So after I told him that, the second time he stole my car. So I called him and I'm like, Anthony, you know, this is serious. So at that time, he was like, you know what? Since you already caught me, I'm not coming home. He didn't get home till 6 that morning.
So what would he do? Take the car and joyride?
What I found out, he was driving to Austin, Texas, partying, 6th Street,
Right.
taking his friends. Now, at that time, I sent him back to El Paso, Texas to live with his grandmother. You know, we wasn't getting along. He said he wanted to be back with his friends. November of 2013, he caught a marijuana charge. I spoke to his grandmother, I talked to his aunts, and I was like, you know what, he's out of control. Y'all need to do something for him. You know, I've tried, I sought counseling for him and did things like that.
What happened with that?
Well, he talked to the counselor, we put him into school, and, you know, he just didn't progress, Your Honor. He was playing.
He graduated, though.
You graduated in I'm getting to that, Your Honor. I'm getting to that.
So the counseling, did it help? Sounds like it may have helped.
No, it didn't help, Your Honor, because he was still on probation, and he got caught again selling ecstasy pills outside of his grandmother's house. They raided his grandmother's house. 80-year-old woman put guns on her face and put her on the ground. And I have evidence to show that, Your Honor.
But this was before the counseling or after?
After the counseling, Your Honor. Anthony is a wonderful kid, outstanding individual, but I feel like he's gonna fall victim to the streets. We was living on base, and I walk in the house one day, and I just smelled marijuana everywhere. I mean, everywhere. It smelled like the grass was on fire.
How old was he?
He was around 16, 17 years old. Not only that, 2 months later, he stole my car twice.
Plaintiff Michael Velasquez says the defendant is his stepson, and Michael is worried that as a result of the defendant's drug-fueled lifestyle, he will fall victim to the streets.
Sir, what do you want to tell me?
You know, I love and respect my stepfather to the fullest, you know. I've never had a father figure in my life, so, you know, I took him as a father figure. When I met him, you know, I found out he did music, you know, I was like, yeah, that's cool, you know, I was 15. I found out he did a song with like Charlie Boy, Lil Flip and all that. So I was like, you know, he's a cool dude. You know, after we moved to Killeen, I felt like it just like kind of fell off when he caught me smoking weed. He didn't even catch me personally smoking weed. I was in the bathroom, I was smoking weed and stuff, and then I look.
Let him go.
I look, and then I seen that I was sitting there just smoking. I was just smoking. I spaced out. He was like, "What's that smell?" And I was like, "You know, I acted dumb. I just played dumb." I was like, "What smell?" You know, it is what it is.
What is what it is?
I mean, it already happened. You know, I can't.
How about all the other things, though?
You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't know. You haven't said anything. You don't even know how to be a street guy. You saying things, you know what I'm saying, and haven't said anything.
Because I ain't
usually
trying to say
something first. Usually a street guy say, Your Honor, I ain't do it like that, you understand? You don't even say anything, you just
say too much.
You understand?
Say too much, you get caught up.
You haven't said anything. You understand? So why you had all these troubles, you don't know?
Well, I just like to smoke weed a lot, you know?
You need to get a job.
I know a lot of kids smoke weed and they
I
don't
feel like
go
I need
through
to
all
take a
this.
break, though. I just graduated high school in 2013, you know? I feel like this is my break right now, you know?
Okay, what are
every
you doing
high
now?
school graduate gets their summer break. I feel I'm taking this as my summer break, you know?
We're not talking about you. We're talking about this. We're talking about selling drugs at your 80-year-old grandmother's house, having the police bust in and put the gun up to her head. That's what we're talking about. Not all this other nonsense. That didn't happen?
Yeah, it did.
Okay, so what do you have to say about that?
I apologize for that, you know, but, you know, you live and learn.
So what's your next step after your break is over?
Go to college, get a job.
What do you want to do in college?
Oh, I want to study math and science.
You good at math?
I mean, I'm all right at that, but I just feel like I'm a good physical, I feel like I don't know. Like I'm,
Physical what?
like I could play sports or something, do something, like UFC, something.
Poor thing. Middle linebacker? Or
I do it all.
defensive end? You rush the quarterback?
I do it all.
Yeah, I can't work with
Your
you.
Honor,
I can't
Your
do
Honor,
all this in
Your
one
Honor.
session, sir, so I'm just going to pray for you. 1,200, sir. Tell me about the loans and the damage.
All right, Your Honor. In May of 2013, Anthony was already on probation for the marijuana charge. So when he got caught with the ecstasy pills, he got confined. So he was already confined for a month when I received a phone call in Killeen, Texas from him saying, can you come? Can you please post bond for me? Can you get me out of jail? Can you get me out of jail? And my first reaction was, you know, you paid the crime, you got to do the time. But me being the stepfather I am to him because I love this kid, I sent his mom part of the money, which was $500. She paid the rest. And he promised me on the phone that when he graduated in December, which he did, that he would pay me back.
How about the property you're suing
The
about?
property, now I got to tell you about this property, Judge Mathis. Me and his mom was at Winged enjoying some wings. I come home, him and his friends are having a powwow in the front room. As soon as I walk in the door, his friend, boop, there goes the hypnotic on the couch. This kid jumps up, drops the blunt on the couch, puts burn holes on the couch, and I think they was watching Judge Mathis.
That's right. That's right. That must have been one of those times when I said, put that weed down. So now you're going to blame me. Now you're saying I owe you? I got to pay you for the damage?
I might have to bring you to court, Judge Mathis.
I got to pay your couch damage.
But
huh?
Judge Mathis, on a serious note, he jumped up and he told me and his mother, you know what, I'm gonna pay for this. I'm gonna pay for this. He told me—
I made an agreement that if I worked,
Right.
I'd pay you back. And so far, I do not have a job.
But the problem is, you have no intentions of getting a job anytime soon. I'm taking a break, remember?
Your Honor.
And you don't take a break when you owe somebody money.
Your Honor, just last month, he got arrested for fighting at a club and had to call his aunts to bail him out again. 3 of them said no, because they're tired of putting money for him. He's not learning, Your Honor. I brought him here today because he needs to understand there's repercussions for his actions. He ain't gonna keep getting passes. And if he don't learn that now, he's not gonna learn that when we go back home and he's in them streets and he gets killed. He got arrested for fighting at a club and had to call his aunts to bail him out again. 3 of them said no, because they're tired of putting money for him. He's not learning, Your Honor. I brought him here today because he needs to understand there's repercussions for his actions. He ain't gonna keep getting passes. And if he don't learn that now, he's not gonna learn that when we go back home and he's in them streets and he gets killed.
Plaintiff Michael Velasquez says the defendant is his stepson, and Michael is worried that as a result of the defendant's drug-fueled lifestyle, he will fall victim to the streets.
You hanging with street guys?
No, just my homies.
All right.
It don't mean they're from the streets, you know.
That's what I know. I'm about to ask you about them. What do they do?
I don't know, live their life, you know.
You don't know?
Stay at home, Your Honor. They stay at home, play Grand
You
Theft
said
Auto.
live their life how? What type of life do they live?
You know, I don't know. I know one of my homies works at McDonald's. Yeah, I can say that.
Okay, what else?
It ain't
That's
nothing big. That's it.
Any of them graduate from high school?
Not that I know of, sir. But I did, you know.
Right,
And he
good.
did.
Now, I'm proud of you for doing that, but he gives me the impression that you hanging around thugs. Any of these guys criminals? Do they go in and out of jail?
Yeah.
All right, so, and that's what you want to do?
Nah.
Do you hang with them while they're selling dope and doing?
Yeah, but that don't mean I gotta do that. You know?
I mean, you're going to catch a case.
it.
You ain't from the street at all. Yeah, you don't belong in the street. Because if you running with dope boys while they're selling dope and you just hanging out and you're not even getting any money, you don't need to be in the game.
Yes.
No, you don't need to be in the game, so young man. Please go to school. Because you're about to get killed, like you say.
He's getting gas money.
Gas money.
Gas money.
To take the dope boys to the corner.
One to the other.
And while he wait, they're getting real money.
You don't know how many times we had to take his car out of the impound because of his friends, Your Honor.
All you can do is pray for him until he wakes up. And I hope that you realize that we're not the only ones that think this is odd. Do you have any defense to the property, to the couch, and to the loan?
I feel like I do not owe him for that. I feel like he should be suing my friends for that, because if it wasn't for them, I would have never stood up in the first place and dropped the weed in the first place.
You wouldn't have dropped the weed because of what?
Because, you know, my stepfather had walked in the door and my friends got startled, you know. They got scared. He dropped the liquor.
And that made you drop your thing?
Yeah, I jumped up. I was like, yo, what the heck?
You scared of your own shadow.
Yeah. Can I say one thing, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
He has an opportunity to walk the stage, you know, with his class. Every day his mother tells me, hey, can you keep an eye on him? Because that's all she wants to see him do is walk the stage. You know, we don't want to lose this kid, Your Honor. I don't want him to be a statistic.
Care about your mother?
Yes, I do.
Care more about her than your friends?
Yes.
Well, that's the way you should look at it. So, if you love her, show her a sign. Don't talk about it, be about it. Ain't that how they talk in the street? And regarding you dropping the blunt because you got scared, that's not a defense for paying for the damage, young man. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff. Good luck.
I love my son to death, man. We're probably gonna eat some winged after we leave here.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I apologize for what I did and everything. I just feel like he's on my case too much, you know?
But if I wouldn't be on this case, he probably wouldn't be here right now.